So in this video, I'll be talking about arthritis in X-ray or MRI scans to be the cause of hip pain. That's very unlikely. So many times the doctors will tell you that having arthritis in the hip in X-ray, it seems like there's no room for ambiguity. There's arthritis that causes pain. They say for them it's just simple to say it. But in reality, the signs of arthritis in X-ray or MRI show no correlation to having any pain. I'll provide that link too. In this link, it shows you the relationship between arthritis in hip X-rays and symptoms of pain and dysfunction. There was no relationship between severity of arthritis in X-ray hip pain scan. But in this case, when it comes to back pain or knee pain, these are different beasts. So I'll provide those links, but I won't be talking about that. I'm just focusing more on the hip impingement, arthritis for the hip impingement. So back and knee pain, different beasts. I'll provide those links for you. But when it comes to arthritis for the hip impingement in an X-ray scan, has little to no relationship to whether to detect or identify they have pain or not. But it's still good to encourage people not to think about the severity of arthritis. It sounds very scary. It's just very closed-minded to feel in how good you feel. Don't feel it's like super dangerous, but there's no evidence to suggest that it's super scary at all. Even though we're all made different, but in the end, our bodies are still made in the way that we might have different shapes and sizes, but in the end, arthritis there's no evidence to suggest that arthritis is one of many causes for hip pain. But it's very important to remember that a list of conventional ideas on hip impingement treatment are based on beliefs with no evidence. FAI deformities don't seem to have any relationship to arthritis, or arthritis in an X-ray doesn't seem to have any relationship to hip pain either. So if hip impingement bone deformities and arthritis and pain aren't related, then it makes sense to put attention on something else, not just the bones. So you start questioning yourself whether, if it's not the bones, then what is it? The hip impingement is a problem that shows itself generally with movement. So this is mostly the first thing you go through when it comes to having no mobility or range of motion. Movement does require proper muscle activity. Even something like sitting down requires muscle activation to maintain a position or a posture. Muscles are like the strings of a guitar, or organs, or they're virtually the organs of movement, and they're responsible for positioning and posturing and moving your bones safely without pain. So my program is designed to help you focus on the right muscles to help retrain them, fire them up for better hip joint function, regardless of an X-ray or MRI says. That's what happened. That's the same story with me. And this will help others to be their own doctors and their own personal trainers. Not personal trainers, physical therapists. Because there could be a day when, who do you rely on? And the next video, hopefully, you might feel a little bit better on the next video, because the next video I'll be talking about whether there's evidence and having no proof for surgeries. And the study suggests a lot of that stuff in the next video.